today?
That's a classic.
Did you guys have fun?
Did you?
I had so much fun. I always have fun. What a night.
What was that like?
I'm losing my voice. Sorry.
What was that like getting ready for the PKs and making the save on the first shot?
I knew the guys were going to come up and make theirs, and they've been busting their butts 120 minutes. And in those situations, I really think about how much work they have done, and so I just try to do my part and just try to save one, because I know they're going to come up and make a save or make their kicks, and so I was just thankful to guess the right way, thankful to make the save, and it was I'm so happy that we won.
How much pressure does that take off of you when you make that save on the first shot?
Yeah, PKs are interesting as a goalie because I think there shouldn't really be a ton of pressure on the goalie. They're so close. They odds are they should score,
Mm-hmm.
And so I approach it as again, you can only sort of be the hero.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think for me it was it was just exciting to make that first save, right? You know what I mean? And you just got the crowd. I didn't even realize how many people had made it behind the goal. And so I was just, lucky and thankful that I went the right way. And again, it almost got the second one too. But the guys had the pressure to go and knock it down, and they took it by storm, and they knocked every single one of them down through the back of the net. And so credit to them.
Eric, you've seen Haji Berry enough over the years.
Yeah.
Just what were you thinking in terms of his tendencies? Did you have something in mind, or you just kind of going to react?
I think I overlapped with him at KC or back in the day, years ago. But I think for me, I just approach PKs as you put the pressure on the kicker. So don't go early. Sort of wait and read the body shape, and we do research and try to look at tendencies if there are some. But for me, I just I had a feel of how he was approaching the ball and everything, and just I waited, and then just went. And I was lucky he went that way, and I was lucky I dove that way. So there's research into it. There's luck, involved in it as well. But again, I can't give credit enough to the guys that just stepped up and buried it, because we don't win that if they don't bury theirs.
Is there a conversation what's the conversation John's having with you before?
Yeah, just building confidence. It's one of those where it's just we worked on these a little bit during the week. Again, there shouldn't be a lot of pressure on the goalie because it's just one of those situations where you just got to have fun. It's a freaking PK shootout. I love it. And if I can bring energy by making a save, and then that amps up the guys, they want to bury theirs even more. So we were just sort of talking about how to approach it, make sure that I'm in the right mindset. Don't go too early. That's the biggest thing with PKs, is just don't go too early. Make it easy on them, because some guys will look at what the goalie's doing and then just pass it. You want to make all the pressure on them as it should be. So that was the main thing, and it's just make the pressure on the kicker.
Considering how this game went, how important was it? You're a minute in, there's all this emotion, and you've got to pull one out of the back of your net. It was offside at that point, but what goes through your mind at that point, thinking, oh my God, we got to get into this game right now?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of luck there with the offsides too, but again, with playoff soccer, they were always going to give us their best. Really, they're going to come out flying. We were going to come out flying, and I think it's we were fortunate, but it was a wake-up call for us all, knowing to sort of get our feet wet, into the game. But we got to be a little bit more prepared there as a group. But we weathered their storm, and I thought we did some amazing things. They are a tough team, and the amount of headers that Sean, Beto, Guy, our whole back line won tonight. We didn't give them a lot, and so I think you got to get your feet wet in the game and just get back control. So
Eric, you've become a fan favorite. Some people even get creative with your last name and everything like that for chance. Let's be honest. But the feeling tonight in the crowd was electric. Do you really think that there's an inherent home field advantage now when teams come to Highmark Stadium?
I think it's without a doubt. I've been lucky to be on a number of teams in my career in over 8 years, and I get chills every night walking out here. Like it's just not only the backdrop, but I mean these fans, and like they're relentless and they're so supportive and so behind us, and that's such a weapon to have. And we as players recognize that and are so grateful and thankful for that. And it makes us want to play better for them. And now we get another week with them, and we know that they're going to come out full force again, and we're very much looking forward to that.
And just forward against Detroit. You guys have split against them during the regular season. You know, what do you take out of those games?
Yeah, I mean it's like Pittsburgh 2.0. Like, you know, it's always a dogfight between us and them. I think I don't even know how the Louisville game went, but I'm sure they're just a tough team to break down. And just as we are, so it's going to be a dogfight, and you know we'll prepare just as we always do. It's going to be another tough battle because obviously in playoffs anybody can win, and they proved that going to Louisville. So we've got our work cut out for us, and we're looking forward to being able to host. But they're a great team, and I think it's going to be another dogfight, and we're looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys.